Hello everyone and welcome to my channel where I talk about human resource related content and its intersection with the law under the Naija HR Chic Series with Ijeoma Ucheibe. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. So today's topic is something that's very close to my heart and I can't wait to give out tips that was very helpful for me in acing the CIPM exams. Of course, I'm a trained lawyer, but I decided to veer off and become a HR professional earlier on in my career, and it has been a very, very interesting journey, rewarding in some ways too. And of course, because I wasn't a trained HR professional, I had to take some certification exams, and one of them is the HR certification exam, which is being offered by Chartered Institute of Personnel Management in Nigeria. And I took that, and of course, once I was able to do that, I became a licensed HR professional in 2020, July 2020. Yeah, that's when I was inducted. So, yes, we write exams every other day, but this exam is very key to your HR journey because it sets you apart from others who are just HR professionals without that certification. Number one, the first thing I did was, yes, you have to actually prepare. How do I mean? First, you have to register for this exam. First, you have to get this study packs. Then, most importantly, who are the persons who have taken these exams before you? Try to find out, okay, what stages they started. And I know because I have a master's degree, I started with PE1, it means professional exams 1. So that was like 2 diets I took before I became a professional. Secondly, you have to study. Because it's been long I left school, I think I left university in 2010. You can't compare how hot my brain was and now. So whether we like it or not, yes, it's always good to read in the comfort of your home, but it's also not bad if you have a tutorial group or a study group that you study the packs with. And most importantly, what was also helpful for me is getting a study center who will practically lead you through things that you might not see or things you may miss in your reading in your private home or privacy or something. Like there's this particular course that you might meet. It's called Operations Research for CIPM Professional Exam 1. That diet. I knew Jack. I knew nothing about engineering maths, but having to go to a study center was very helpful for me because at the end of the day, it opened my eyes to see that, okay, I could have stayed at home and be suffering when I could have actually just gone to a study center, and these processes of calculations will have been made very easy for me. And it turned out to be the course that I had the highest mark in. What would you say to that, coming from someone who doesn't really like or appreciate mathematics? And I think maybe that is what even gave me the passion and the drive to also want to take the Chartered Institute of Procurement and Supply exams, because I felt, okay, if I could handle this, that means procurement is not something that I should shy away from, but that will be discussed in another video. The third thing is, I know we've written exams, so this is not going to be your first exam, but for crying out loud, I do not subscribe to not resting because you're preparing for an exam. It doesn't make sense to me. It has never made sense to me, and it's not something that I do. As much as possible, we are all preparing for this certification exam. Nobody wants to have a reference. By reference, it means having to repeat a paper. But please, please, and please, do not forget to rest. You read a little, you rest a little, because the brain, you are loading with a lot of information. And sooner or later, it gets to a point where you require mental glucose. So rest does not necessarily mean you are sleeping. It could just mean that, okay, you're taking a walk or you're listening to music, but keep yourself grounded. Balance yourself with rest. Then the last one is the most important, if you ask me. Whatever you believe in. Yes, we've all prepared for these exams. We've taken time to prepare, we've taken time to study, we've taken time to rest. But have you committed these exams into whatever you believe? If you believe in God, have you prayed about it? Like, okay, this is to the extent where I've read. I need you to help me ace these exams. Because whether we believe it or not, every one of us believes in a higher being. And this is not me being all churchy. I'm saying, because at some point, when I was preparing for that PE1, operations research was so scary to me. Even during the exam, I was so sure that most of the questions I answered had to be good. But it was very, very... And we're back. I had a bit of a coughing spell, but we're back. Anyways, it was very, very helpful for me to actually stay prayed up, because of course I'm a Christian. And if you're a Muslim, who knows? It's time for you to commit that exam to Allah. Not necessarily because you're expecting Him to write the exams for you, but hey, there's nothing that stops you from just being optimistic that, oh, you've read, you've studied, you've rested, but you're also ready for this exam. And trust me, I know that for you that's watching this video, probably preparing for this exam, you are going to ace it in ways that when you look back, you'll be sure that, okay, there was a higher being that was in charge of your affairs, in addition to your preparation for the exams. I cannot wait to see you guys at the top. I can't wait for you to join us in the institute. And I can't wait for what you're going to do when you become a licensed HR professional. So it's like, come your way next time. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll be talking about topics that will intersect with the law, but sometimes I might just talk about employment law related topics. Keep it locked on this channel and stay safe, guys.